Housing supply surges by more than 50% in many metro areas, and sellers are now being forced to slash their asking prices. And welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, the data is in, and what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go into Zillow's housing market map. I'm going to show you guys the map of for sale by owners. I'm also going to show you guys the map of foreclosures, but also we're going to look at the bigger picture, which is the map of price projections from Zillow. Now, you guys may have watched a video that I've recently put out on how Zillow, once again, is flip-flopping on their forecast. They're getting way more bearish, if you will, on the housing market. And there's a reason why. That reason is two things, okay? It's actually three things. The lack of sustainability. Number two, how overwhelmingly unaffordable things are. And number three, inventory growth, insane. In fact, 2 states out of the 50 are now above pre-pandemic levels of inventory, which is Texas and Florida. And so I really, really hope you guys enjoy today's video. But more importantly than enjoying, learning. I really hope you guys learned something. In fact, if you guys learn anything, and keep in mind, everything's going to be linked in my description. But if you learn anything, shoot me a bonkers. Shoot me a bonkers below if you learned something. Let's get started. So we're going to look at another article from Fast Company titled Map. Here's Zillow's updated home price forecast for more than 400 housing markets. Now, the latest report by Zillow predicts U.S. home prices will go up 1.4% between March 2024 and March of 2025. But year over year, ending the year, they don't even have us at 1%, you guys. Zillow's now thinking less than 1% at 0.5%. And in 2025, same thing. So obviously some markets are going to get rocked. Others might not get rocked. Now, this goes on. Despite 7% mortgage rates, strained housing affordability, and rising active inventory, national home prices continue to climb. And that is not entirely true. In fact, we finally broke 2022 record as far as 4-week rolling average. We have not hit a new record with month-over-month median price. And prices of new homes are going down. In fact, prices in Texas and in Florida are going down as well. So this is macro, right? If you want to get micro, subdivision. Now, U.S. home prices as measured by Zillow Home Value Index rose 1.1%, and that is month over month between February 2024 and March of 2024. Now, I want you guys to really look at this chart right here. Let me move my picture so you guys can see this a little bit better. All right, so here's the Zillow Home Value Index. This is kind of similar to Case-Shiller. And what I want to point out, you guys, is in 2022, that's when we've had our first shakeup of home prices. In other words, that's when home prices started going down. Again, depending on the data you're looking at, Case-Shiller actually paints an even uglier picture. But this started, again, back in August, and price decline continued for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. So we've had price decline for 7 months starting in August. So all these people are like, Travis, you were wrong. Travis, you were wrong. Well, actually, I wasn't completely wrong. Was I wrong about the recession starting? Yeah. And I will constantly say a lot of things are going to follow the recession. So if things are kicked back, is because that recession, that pesky little recession, which another thing that caught me off guard, to be honest, is the massive deficit spending. But regardless, you guys, home values only rebounded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. I'm sorry, 6 months if you count that. So the entire time I've been doing YouTube videos, we've had more months of price decline versus prices going up. Did y'all know that? But regardless, you guys, in 2023, we had a little bit stronger home buying demand. Well, per se, right? And prices started going down in September all the way till January. So it slowed down a little bit. But the reason that I pointed this out is I wanted to show you guys the great financial crisis. The same thing happened during the great financial crisis. In 2006, same thing. Look at house values went down, but it went down at a slower rate than 2022. In 2022, we actually had sharper nationwide price decline than during the start of the GFC. Now, the second year, however, which was 2007, price decline really spiraled out of control and really didn't stop until maybe June and July of 2009, and then it picked up again, and then it kind of finally balanced out, going back to kind of a normal housing market back in 2012. So looking at that so far, what I can tell you, and going through the GFC myself, we had faster price decline this time around, but we also had a more ferocious rebound. That rebound was in 2023. Now, it makes sense when we step back and we think about it, because even though during the GFC people were cashing out and they were getting money like crazy, they were still spending it like crazy, and we did not have the government and Fed wrecking us to this extent. And so what I mean to say is there's still a lot of money in the system. And because there was so much money printing during the lockdowns during the last 3 to 4 years, it will take more time for things to balance back, for price discovery to happen. Obviously, prices go up quickly. It takes a lot longer for prices to go down, but don't make the mistake of assuming that a price correction isn't going to happen. We don't know what the new prices will be because we don't have normal inventory. We're still catching up to being locked down. I mean, we were literally locked down. I've never had, no one's ever had that happen. Most people have never had that happen before. And so again, it's going to take time. They've done a lot of damage to us. Now, going back into the maps, I know I promised you guys some maps. Here's Zillow forecast for regional home prices between March of this year and March of 2025. Now, the red is a negative, the blue is a positive. So they're saying most of the decline is going to happen in Texas and Louisiana. Little bit of pockets over here. You guys can see that in Pennsylvania. A little bit over here as well in northern areas. But the thing is it's not glowing blue like it was in 2020 and 2021 because prices skyrocketed up so much that it broke the housing market. And in my opinion, it's definitely not sustainable. But they're saying that the leading metro is going to be Lake Charles, Louisiana. And Louisiana is in some trouble. So you know what? That could be. Also, Johnstown, Pennsylvania, they suspect 7.7% decline. Now, here's where I think Zillow is making a very costly mistake for the people that are entrusting them. They are showing no value decline in Florida. And right now, Florida, year over year, had over a 50% increase in inventory. In fact, in Florida right now, they have more inventory than before lockdowns. They have more inventory than before lockdowns, and they're almost caught up to 2019 spring home buying season. I think they're off by about 5,000 units to match that. You guys, it is so close to falling apart in Florida, in Texas. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. But regardless, look at this. No loss whatsoever. In fact, they're saying, 2 to 3% growth, depending on where we hover. Absolutely shocking. Now, again, Texas, no. Texas is going down, but they're not even showing, the crazy thing, guys, is they're showing Austin's going up. Austin's on the year-over-year decline list right now. Right now, you guys, it's on the year-over-year decline list, but they're saying up, basically sideways. No Dallas. Look at that. They're saying it's going to go up in Dallas. Just crazy stuff right here. And nothing in, where's Houston? All right, here's Houston. So Houston also, they're saying 0.2 increase. So look at this with a grain of salt. But if you want to come back here and kind of look at your general area because you're interested on what Zillow has to say about it, come back here. Now let's go to Silicon Valley real quick. Look at it. So they're saying Silicon Valley is done. Right now, San Jose had a massive rebound. They're saying that's going to end. You see that? They're saying down for San Jose, year over year, 0.7%. So Silicon Valley is in some trouble. San Francisco, Santa Rosa, all down. Chico, all down. You see that? The market's starting to figure this stuff out, but I don't necessarily care about the market. My most important thing is that you guys understand what's going on. Because quite frankly, I say this all the time, my channel and what I'm saying is not for filthy rich investors. In fact, it's not even for investors. My channel is for all of the people, the 90%, most Americans that are frustrated and trying to understand, who do you trust? What's going on in the housing market? Can I listen to someone that has an honest opinion that's not just selling me on purchasing? That's my job. That's what I look at. That's my job. And I'm going to tell you, these bulls hate me because I'm a crash bro that knows how to purchase real estate better than them. And not only that, I also know how to help everyday consumers better than them. So when they come at me, it really helps that I know more than them about real estate, and they hate me for that. But I don't care, because my channel, this community, is for you. Now, having said that, I'm going to show you a couple tools, okay? Just a couple tools on Zillow. I'm going to show you guys how to find foreclosures and how to find for sale by owners. I'm not saying those are the best transactions, but I want to give you guys, again, a few more tools. But plus, I want you guys to see what's going on in the market, and also know Zillow does not even have close to all of the data. We're missing such a large scale of data. It's shocking. And I don't know why people don't like talk about that more. Either way, let's look at for sale by owner. Okay, guys, so this is so cool. Look at this. This is for sale by owner. I would say that there's a lot of for sale by owners. This is showing 779 results. Now, you got to be careful. A lot of people may think they can get a better deal going to a for sale by owner, but a lot of times it's someone that's disgruntled, a seller that's disgruntled, that think they know everything about real estate, and often it leads to problems. So tread lightly. But again, the way you do that is you just go to the buy tab right here and you just scroll down to for sale by owner. That's all you got to do. It's so easy. But when we look at just Houston, guys, look at 125. I mean, we can zoom in to the map here, but let me move my face picture. But also you have a list right here. So you got your map on the left, and on the right, you got your home. Some of these houses, I mean, this house is nice. This is in Seabrook. This has a pool. So I wonder why they're selling it. Probably because it's new and they have no equity. That's what I would imagine. This doesn't make a lot of sense that they would do that, in my opinion. But either way, you guys, here is the massive list of for sale by owner. Now, likewise, we could do the same thing with foreclosures and with auctions by going to buy tab right here and then scrolling down. Let me move my picture by going to the buy tab here and then scrolling down to foreclosures. All right, now here's a list of foreclosures. So this is the general Houston area. There's about a little over 100 foreclosures. You guys, again, can zoom in. You can check that out, or you can go to this list on the right here. Some of these houses are actually, at least from judging from the pictures, are very nice. Purchasing foreclosures are very dangerous. A lot of times you can't do an inspection. A lot of times you have to go to an auction, and it takes a lot of money to repair. And a lot of times, guys, especially in Texas, because in Texas, up until recently, we didn't have a huge gap like in California where people could flip. So in many situations, to purchase a foreclosure, it didn't even make sense, because maybe they're 10% under market value, but you got to put $50,000 in the house to even get it up to code. So you got to be careful, is the point I'm trying to make. Now, one more thing I want to show you guys, and I really want to beat home, as the public, as consumers, we need access to MLS. In fact, as someone that wants to empower the everyday American consumer, if you guys just had access to MLS, I could blow your minds. I mean, I could turn you guys into machines, absolute studs out there purchasing real estate and using and comprehending the data. Sadly, though, we don't have that. Now, I want to say that I am in the process of making a form special for Zillow, because as you guys can see here, this is comps. So if you want to go to comps, okay, now I teach subdivision analysis. Subdivision analysis is using comps. Now, when we look at Houston, we have 63,000 comps, but you'll notice the dollar sign is missing. The dollar sign is missing because, unfortunately, Texas is a non-disclosure state, and I cannot find and I cannot use this to help me figure things out in Texas. But other states you can, and I want to show you guys the way that you do that. Again, we're going to go to buy, we're going to go to homes for sale right here, and I'm going to put in California because it's a disclosure state. Let's just go Los Angeles, okay? So here's Los Angeles. Now I've put right here, I've changed this to, I'm going to change this to sold because I only want to look at the comps. I'm going to go to more. I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to put sold in the last 36 months so that I have 3 years of data in Los Angeles. Do y'all see that? So I can zoom into subdivisions. See this? So if I only want this subdivision right here, for example, right? Like I can zoom right into that, into these blocks right here. You see that, guys? And I can really get a good, it will be helpful. So it's not the MLS. The MLS, I can access all of these houses. I can get specific terms. So it's not everything, but at least this is helpful. You guys can see, like, look, this home sold for 1.8 million. This one sold for 4 million. That's crazy. This one sold for 2 million. And here's the comps. And I was, and when I'm doing my calculations, I start at the bottom and work my way up. So I start at the oldest comp, which is 2021. Now, what I use, guys, to determine whether or not I'm kind of getting a decent or even a great deal, I'm using 2021 averages and medians to determine whether or not I have a good deal. Okay. But again, this is kind of how you do it with Zillow. I hope this is helpful. I really hope you guys are doing your homework. If you're stressing out, if you're frustrated, trying to figure out what's going on, well, hop on Zillow if you're in a non-disclosure state and go check out some comps. It's really a neat way to kind of figure things out. But if you really want to know what's going on, you got to have a relationship with a great realtor. The problem is, guys, is they're just so hard to find. Is it impossible? No. But it is hard to find. And unfortunately, a lot of them are still busy. The great realtors are still busy, probably busier than ever. It's just everyone else that is in the ditches. So again, I'm going to say this. I go on record. I say this constantly. The key word is great realtor is worth their weight in gold. And to the realtors that are great realtors, obviously what we do is we don't use people's emotions. We don't play with people's emotions. We provide people data, and we provide people data and subdivision review, and we help teach them on how to analyze comparable data. The clients that I have closing actually today can become realtors. They're now experts in subdivision analysis because when I was their realtor, not only was I providing them data, I was also teaching them. And that's why I have the home buyer course. I put my heart and soul. Go check that out. It is in my description. Other than that, guys, I really hope that you found value in this video. Use some of these free data providers to help figure out on a local level what's going on in your market. It will help you. I can tell you that much. Now, other than that, if you are out there investing in real estate, you guys already know I wish you luck and I hope you win.